Hello guys, welcome to iTutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with Unit 40 of MMPC-002. It's the last unit of this course, that is Unions and Associations. What are the objectives of this chapter? After completion of the unit, you should be able to understand the background and forces responsible for birth of trade union associations. Discuss various conceptual and theoretical aspects of trade union or associations. Discuss the strength and weakness of trade unions or associations, and also discuss the challenges before trade union or association in changing business environment, and understand the shifts that are required to make trade union associations responsive ones. So let's see the structure of this unit. There is an introduction, after that definition of trade unions, formative stages of trade unions and forms of trade unions, functions are there, objectives are there, and till objective we will discuss today, and role of trade union, classification of trade union, theories of trade unionism, and the growth of trade union movement and membership of in Indian and Trade Union Act 1926, and the recognition of trade union, rights of recognized unions, problems confronting union and measures to strengthen trade union movement in India, white collar and managerial trade unions, why white collar workers unions and employers association. There is summary and self assessment questions also there. So let's start with the introduction part. Trade unionism grew as one of the most powerful socio-economic political institution of our time to fill in a vacuum created by industrial revolution in industrial society. It came as a countervailing force to reconcile social and economic barriers and created by in the industrial revolution. Individual dispensability and collective indispensability was the basic principle for its formation. United we stand and divide we fall is a philosophy. The government policy of laissez-faire left the working class at the mercy of mighty employers. The worker lacked bargaining power and seller of most perishable commodity, that is labor. He was no match for the mighty employer. The supply of labor was more and demand was less. Employers employed them at their terms, which were exploitative, and the exploitation of labor was as at its peak. Combination of workers was considered as criminal conspiracy, and the terms of contract was regulated by Workmen Breach of Contract Act 1860 and the General Law of the Land. Discontent was brewing, and liberal, democratic, and revolutionary ideas set in motion by American War of Independence, French Revolution, and thinkers like Rousseau and Marx, etc., of the time fanned the discontentment which was a smoldering since long and gave birth to an institution known as trade union. And definition of trade union. According to Webb's, a trade union is a continuous association of wage earners for the purpose of maintaining and improving the condition of their working lives. Under the Trade Union Act of 1926, the term is defined as any combination, whether temporary or permanent, formed primarily for the purpose of regulating the relation between workers and employers, or for imposing restrictive condition on the condition of any trade or business, and include any federation of two or more unions. You just go through this definition. You can quote on your answer sheet. Okay, so it will help you when any questions are from this area. So let us let's examine the definition. Trade union is an association either of employees or of independent workers. It is relatively permanent formation of workers. It is not a temporary or casual combination of workers. So there is three type of definitions are there. You just go through that. And next is formative stage of trade union. The trade union has to pass through a very difficult and hostile period in the initial years. The employers wanted to crush them with the iron hands. Then came the period of agitation and occasional acceptance. When the union gained strength, they started confronting with the employer. This is a period of struggle which continued for long, and employers were forced to accommodate, tolerate, and hesitatingly accept them. Then came the period of understanding and industry in collective bargaining. This was followed by fraternal stage where union became matured and employers started consulting them. The desired state is the fusion stage in which joint effort were required to be made for union management cooperation and partnership. And there is forms of trade unions are there: classical, neoclassical, and revolutionary forms of trade unions are there. You just go through the explanation of the same. And the functions of trade unions: functions of trade unions are militant or protective or intramutual functions, and fraternal or extramural function is there, and political function and social functions are there. Okay. And the objectives of trade unions are: union concentrate their attention to achieve the following objectives. Wages and salaries are there. The subject which drew the major attention of the trade union is wage and salaries. And working condition: trade union with a view to safeguard the health of workers demand the management to provide all the basic facilities such as lighting and ventilation, sanitation, restroom, safety equipment while discharging hazardous duties, drinking, refreshment, minimum working hours, leave and trust holiday with pay, job satisfaction, social security benefits, and other welfare measures. And discipline: trade union not only conduct negotiations in respect of the item with which their working condition may be improved, but also protect the workers from the clutches of management whenever workers become the victim of management's unilateral act and disciplinary policies. Next is personal policies. Trade union may fight against improper implementation of personal policies in respect of recruitment, selection, promotion, transfer, and training, etc. And welfare: as stated earlier, trade union are meant for the welfare of workers, and employee-employer relation are there. Harmonious relation between the employee-employer is a sign known for industrial peace. A trade union always strives for achieving these objectives. However, the bureaucratic attitude and unilateral thinking of management may lead to conflict in the organization, which ultimately disrupt the relation between the workers and management. And the negotiation machinery and safeguarding organizational health and the interest of the industry are there. These are the objectives of this trade unions. Okay, so this is about today's session, and next subsections we will discuss on next video onwards. If you have any doubt, you can contact our contact number. Also, you can comment it on our comment box also. Okay, thank you so much.